Everybody has gotten distracted while trying to get work done. I know just around 2IT studios, it's extremely hard to get anything done, not just because of our computers and our cell phones, but also the people talking to us. But even if you were able to get past your coworkers, your friends distracting you while studying or trying to get work done at the office, the devices that we use are having an increasing impact on our ability to get work done and to get quality work done. So I'm going to talk about two studies here that show that that might be the case. The first is from Carnegie Mellon, and what they did was they had students, they had a couple of hundred students, 136 students, come in and take a test on a computer, and they were distracted by some sort of electronic means while taking the test. And they found that they got about 20% less of the questions correct because they were distracted versus the control group. Now that's a little bit arbitrary, it's a little bit constructed, artificial. I don't know how accurate this is for our real life, but it shows that these distractions do have some effect on our ability to concentrate and to get answers correct. So let's talk about a second one. This is from California State University Dominguez Hills. And they did a study with 263 students. And this is a much more, I think, realistic depiction of what studying and working is actually like. So they had the students in their dorms, in their study halls, and things like that. They told them, okay, we want you to do this important school assignment for 15 minutes. Just go and work on it. And they observed them. And so let's not pretend that they don't know that the scientists are there. They know that they're being watched. But even when they're being watched, and they know they're being watched, and they know that this is a scientific study of some sort, their so-called on-task behavior started declining about 2 minutes into that 15-minute task. And overall, for those 263 students, we find that only about 65% of the time spent was actually spent doing the schoolwork. So even when you've got somebody watching you and cataloging how you're spending your time, only a little bit more than half of your time actually goes into getting work done. So what possible, what can we draw from this? What can we see about our own lives from this? You probably know, whether you're in college or you're out there working in some sort of office, it's very easy to be distracted by the devices that we have, from computers to cell phones, like getting texted and getting Snapchatted and having your Instagram update and your Twitter feed update. You want to go on Reddit. You want to keep on refreshing Reddit in case something new hit the front page. There's new YouTube videos popping up all the time. The distractions are nearly endless, and it's difficult at times to get work done as a result of that. And I really think that the reason for this is that these new devices like computers, cell phones, and things like that, the mobile games that constantly want to update us that our cabbages are ready to be picked or fertilized or whatever, our brain has not existed alongside those devices and those distractions for a very long time. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of years. We're talking about a couple of decades at most. And in terms of the evolution of the brain, that's negligible. That's like a shaving of the period on the sentence that is the development of the human brain. And it does not yet know how to deal with those things. And unfortunately, while we can study these things and hopefully learn something about the effect of these digital distractions on our ability to work, the human brain is not going to be able to play catch up in the next few decades or the next few hundreds of years. That's just not how it works. And so that's why I think this research is so important. We have to understand the effect of our modern lifestyle on our ability to work, to be social, to study, to enjoy entertainment. All these different aspects of our lives can be influenced by these distractions, and I don't think that we really have a grasp yet on how big those distractions can be, how big of an effect they can have on our ability to be social and to work. Now, it's not all bad. I want to talk a little bit about the good side. The cell phones that distract us on the one hand also allow us to find maps on the other hand, to Google important things, to compare prices. It's not all bad. There are definitely good sides to it. We get a lot more out of, I think, wikiing something, looking things up on Google. We can answer a lot of our own questions. We can learn how to do things that otherwise might have required a trip to the library and would have taken a lot of time. So you get distracted, you lose time on the one hand, but you also make up some time in being able to find things out on your own. Now, in the long run, I don't know which is going to be the stronger impact on our ability to live our lives. And that's why I think that psychologists should continue to look into it. I'm interested to know what you think in terms of, how often you're distracted by your digital devices, by your phone, by your computer, and things like that. Do you think that the good outweighs the bad? Or do you think that it's going to be increasingly hard as we get our Google Glass and updates just show up in front of our eyes? We don't have to take it out of our pocket. Which is going to have the stronger impact in the future? I'm interested to see what you think.